Did you feel that bump there a minute ago?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's, we're getting some stuff. I call it stuff. The wind's out of the north, he said, 350 at 4 mile an hour, whatever. So we're getting some stuff that's flowing over these rocks and stuff. And when that does that, it creates what's called a rotor. And it gets bumpy inside the rotor. So I'm going to climb up a little bit. We'll fly sort of around this way and fly through there.
How high? Let's see, we're at 6,000.
Yeah, right here we're about 600 feet up, 600 feet up. Now, I'll let you make a choice here. I like to fly over where we're going straight here.
Right.
And then go around this ridge here and then start up the escarpment. If you want, I can go closer, cut this off and go over that way if you want. Or if you want to go this way, we'll swing over that way.
Let's continue forward.
All right. We've been flying for about 40 minutes, 37 minutes, and we've got about 3 gallons of fuel. So I'll get as close as I can before we need to make our turn to head back. Now, there's also some stuff out here along this river. We found some cliff dwellings that are still, and nobody knows about them, but they're packed into this little curve, up against the side of the mountain, and it's really pretty neat.
Wow, it's beautiful.
What's the matter?
Nothing, I'm just saying it's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Who would have thought that it was right here, what are we, 12 miles from airport? Can you believe that?
Wow.
I'm climbing up so we can, so I can make that ridge over on the east side. Oh, here's some nice, you'll see it here in a minute, a couple of volcanoes along the ridge here.
Yeah.
The sun will come up on those. And now the stuff that you're seeing over here on the right-hand side is on its way to Cuba on 550.
Okay.
You'll see this stuff like this.
Will we reach 550?
No.
Okay.
550 is probably out that way, straight out that way, probably 10, 12 miles.
Oh, still that far. Okay.
Yeah. You live over off of Knob Hill, right?
No, I live in Corrales.
Oh, Corrales, okay. I'm going to show you this area over here that's pretty interesting, but people ask me, how do I get down here? How can I get down here, Here's a little road here.
Yeah.
But because it's BLM land, they lease it out to ranchers, and there's cattle that's out here, and the ranchers lock the gates. But there's some ways to get out here you look out straight out over my shoulder here. You see those towers, the like electrical wires and
Yes.
stuff right on the escarpment? There's a road that comes down there. And there's a road that comes over here, and I think one of them is northern and the other one is southern. But I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool about the trikes and what we do with the trikes. There's a road up here right in front of us. You see this road that goes north, east and west?
Yes.
Well, there's one that goes north and south that's right over here, and that road ends over here, and it starts right over here. It's the craziest thing. We found this out here. We come out here and we'll land on cold mornings, you know, when we're just out flying, a group of us.
Right.
We'll land out here on this road, this north-south road, and we'll bring some coffee and drink some coffee and take a piss and do that. But there's these two little ridges over here on the along this road. Looks like berms.
Right.
We've come out here. We camp out. We park our planes. We land out here, camp out at that berms there. Put our planes in there, and it blocks the wind from us. And we'll camp out overnight and drink beer, tell lies, you know.
Camp out overnight.
Yeah.
So what do you carry a little light?
Okay, go ahead.
You carry a little light camping gear with you?
Yeah, just a sleeping bag and maybe a tent. Somebody if they want to cover them. But mostly just a sleeping bag, and we sleep under the wing and just
nice. I bet that's wonderful.
Oh, it's awesome. Now here's this crazy thing here. Right out in the middle here, below us, you see this little circle?
Yeah.
That's an irrigation. There's irrigation lines that are over here. You can see them along this edge here. Now those irrigation lines are there obviously for irrigation. They built this road for irrigation, but nobody knows see this makeshift pond,
right?
Irrigation pond and stuff. I guess that's what they were going to use to water out here, but nobody knows what the heck they were making or what the heck they were doing, you know? So
it's a government conspiracy.
But this is what we land on this road here, and it's just such a nice time, you know. It's so quiet. The stars are amazing.
Is that paved?
No. But it's
graded.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like a little runway.
It's actually raised.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting that we've got this out here, you know, and there's another place that's back that way, 28 miles from Double Eagle, straight up towards Grants, and there's a little ranch out there. It has a private runway on it, but it's not been used in a long time, so the runway's not in real good shape, but they've got a road like that the county paves, and we'll go out there, and they've got a nice little pond on it, and we'll land out there and drink some coffee and visit and fly back home.
Wow. So how long can you stay out by yourself?
I've got 16 gallons, so I can stay up for about 4 hours.
Wow.
But you can't fly that long, without landing.
You get weary?
Well, get weary, but you got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
It gets a little cold. I don't know, you're going to get off of this thing and you're going to feel stiff, because we're sort of tense.
Yeah, I know that from riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You stop and your hands are tingling.
Where you get monkey butt.
Yeah.
There's some neat looking scenery over here. Now here's one of those roads that I told you about that comes off the escarpment, and there's another one that's out over there where that I guess electrical outlets are, or electric transformer station or something. Do you have an idea where we are?
Kind of. I meant to set this app on my phone called Map My Ride, and I forgot to start it before we got up here, but I've done that a few times when I've gone off-road.
It's pretty cool. There's not one flight that looks familiar or there's no two flights that are the same. You know, every flight that I go on is something different, something unusual, and you know, just like that sun, the way the sun's coming up, you get to see. Look at this stuff here. Isn't that amazing?
Oh yeah. It's like geology.
Yeah. You know, you wonder too. Has anyone ever walked on that or hiked?
Well, it looks like somebody has run their motorcycles through here. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, you can see a lot of off-road tracks.
Yeah. Now, straight ahead over here is a solar farm.
Oh.
There's a whole bunch of solar arrays right out there. You see them?
Yep.
Straight ahead of me? As soon as we get over this escarpment here on the other side where the roads are and that, it'll get smoother again.
This is pretty smooth.
Yeah, it is.
As it is. Look at the textures. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to do this again.
All right. I'll.
This was certainly worth the wait.
What we'll do is we'll do some sky trekking, you know, where if you like to go, you want to see something different, something, well, we'll definitely go do something different. Remind me when you do this again, there's, we'll go north right from the airport,
right,
straight out this way, and we'll go up a ways, and we'll fly those towards, you know, save some fuel and go that way, and get a different view. But we'll fly, you know, to it instead of down there and then up. We'll fly to it, straight to it, and it'll be a really gorgeous flight. Now you see these little mountains out here?
Right.
Those are the volcanoes. They're called Three Sisters.
Oh, all right.
And these Three Sisters, they're volcanoes. They're not active, obviously, but that's a landmark for us while we're flying. Is the airport's close to it. If you look at Three Sisters there,
yeah,
look to the right of them a little bit. You'll see some white stuff out there.
Right. That's
the airport.
So below us now, is this considered Rio Rancho?
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell by the way the roads are all laid out.
Right. You know, when I was a little kid, I grew up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at commercials back in New Jersey from New York City, where the TV stations came from.
Right.
You know, WABC and that. And they used to advertise property out in Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know that until I came out here and said, "Doggone, that's what they were talking about." That's why we've got so many New Yorkers in Rio Ranchos. They bought them from bought property back in the 70s and stuff.
This is Trike 9 Alpha Zulu, left midfield downwind on 22, requesting the option on 22.
Trike 9 Alpha Zulu, wind calm, runway 22, cleared option.
Rio Tower, Trike 9 Alpha Zulu, cleared for the option 22.
You know where Santa Fe is?
Yes?
All right. Back that way, right? Now, did you want to land this now?
Did I want to what?
Land it. When we get in there, click closer in the runway, you going to land it for me?
Sure, just tell me how.
I had the cutest little lady yesterday with me, my third flight, and I said to her like you did, you going to learn to fly? You want to take the controls? She said, no. I said, come on, take the controls. I said, no, I don't want to. No, I can't fly. I said, come on, I'll teach you how to fly. She said, really, I don't want to do it. I said, all right. So we get close to the airport, and I said, okay, now it's your turn to fly. She goes, I don't know how to fly. I said, well, you could have had a lesson back there. I could have given you a lesson. Have you ever thought about flying, getting into this and learning to do it?
I have. From time to time, I've thought of different hobbies like this. I don't know. My hobby has become more photography than.
Yeah. Do you move around a lot?
I drive. I've been all over this state.
No, I mean for your company, for business.
Oh yes, I do. And when I do travel somewhere, I always give myself at least a half a day, if not a whole day, to explore. And I have a friend that lives in Miami who's kind of like me that way. He's kind of, you go to a city you've never been to. And
hang on 1 second. I got to call the tower.
Sure.
Double Eagle Tower, Trike 364 is 5 miles northwest inbound for a full stop at 6,600 feet. Go ahead. Oh, he's going to come back.
Trike 364, Double Eagle Tower, enter right base, runway 22, altimeter now 3033.
Roger, Trike 364, enter right base for 22. Okay.
Oh no, he's like me. He can do a city, do a good part of a city in, half a day.
Have you ever been to Gallup?
I have.
Did you go around and look around?
Yeah, I went up to, I think it's called Cathedral Peak or Cathedral Rock.
Yeah. We had a